the allegations that were mentioned in the SI article is disturbing and disappointing, Skip. And I hope all those supporters of Mr. Richardson and Mr. Richardson himself doesn't think by selling the football team absolves him of any wrongdoing. He's not to be viewed as some type of hero, Skip. I mean, what kind of, oh, this is some kind of punishment. I'm going to sell my team for probably around $3.5 to $4 billion. I get to walk away, and y'all don't have to answer. Y'all don't get to ask me any more questions about it. Let's set the sexual allegations aside just for a second. Should we be surprised that Mr. Richardson used a racial slur, Skip? Should we?
No.
Remember, it was his Denny's that settled a $54 million race bias suit in the 90s. So why should we be surprised? And then in 2011, Cam, you got any tattoos?
Yep.
Cam, you got any earrings? Good, keep it that way. See, what Mr. Richardson and what we like to see, what we're trying to see, what I'm starting to see, and I saw this all along, because I was outraged that he said that. Forget that the guy can do the job. You want an image. See, Mr. Richardson wanted an image. He wants to portray something. What deep down and back behind closed doors, he's nothing like the image that he wanted to project.
That's correct.
So, and I get it. I can get why the players would be so conflicted. Because even though he asked Cam Newton, did he have tattoos? Did he have earrings? He still made him #1 draft pick overall. So Cam's like, man, I get what he did for Thomas Davis and his family. He donated $100,000 to the victims of the Charleston shooting in the church. Skip, that's what I said. You really never know what a person's like behind closed doors. And this comes out, and now the Panthers are looking at him. Some of the players are looking at him like, you were so good to me, but this is what you thought. You were so good to me, and this is what you said. Now and to settle this, they went snooping. 2017 it's been some kind of year for us, Skip. But I just want you to know that this Me Too thing is not going to stop. It's going to bleed into 2018, and we're going to see a new change in workplace environment. The days of, ooh, that looks good, or let me do this, or let me say that, those days are over, Skip. You will be professional in the workplace environment moving forward at all times. Man, 30 years ago, you could say this. 25 years ago, yeah. 30 years ago, you didn't have to wear a seatbelt. But they enacted a law, and so you change with it. So deal with it. But I'm so disappointed. I'm even more disappointed in what Jerry Jones said last night, Skip. You know what he said?
Sad for him.
He says he's sad for him. We need more men like him in the NFL. A man who settled suits for sexual assault and racial slurs.
Yep.
And Jerry Jones, he didn't feel sorry for said nothing about the victims. He feels sorry for his billionaire buddy. And remember, I told you, Skip Bayless, when Mr. Bob McNair said what he said, that wasn't an isolated incident. See, I don't worry about what you say publicly or what I see on tape. I'm concerned with when you get with your other billionaire buddies, what you say that's not on tape or we never hear about. This is not isolated. This is not isolated. I think, Skip, Skip, if you're a liar, be a liar.
Yeah.
If you like women, you like women. But I'm saying don't be a pastor and live a double life.
Yeah.
Don't try to project this one thing and then behind closed doors just something different. That's my only problem with him. He wanted to project wholesome. Oh, what he was going to do if somebody protested on his roster. Oh, the anthem. Oh, that God and all this God stuff. Now, you're going to have to give account for that one day, Mr. Richardson. And for me, Skip, I think the thing is what took so long is that when you're dealing with people of power, people are, you're just trying to get some money. These women felt they wouldn't be believed. They wouldn't be heard. But now it took one. And now there's a snowball effect. Because sometimes when the snowball is on top of the hill, all it needs is one push. And not only will it start to roll, it will get bigger before it gets to the bottom. Think about this. Donald Sterling fought tooth and nail. It wasn't until he realized that these other guys were going to come out and say, we're going to force him to do it. This article come out in 3 days, and then 3 days later, he got the team up for sale after the end of the season.
That is correct.
He doesn't want the answer. He doesn't want this scrutiny. He knows what's about to come.
Yep.
Not just the 4 that we know about, because there were 4 that were settled. Oh, it's
We
supposed
just
to.
know about 4.
He got at you. Skip, when you have that in you, where he was born, where he was brought up, that ideology, Skip, these older men, once they start to think like that, that's in them. That's not going nowhere. Now, you can suppress it. You know, you get around, you're like, hey, how you doing, Cam? And how you doing, Thomas? But Skip, you can't hide that, Skip, because it's been in you a lot longer than being nicer to folks have.
Right.
You don't settle $54 million.
No. So
that's what he wanted, Skip. And it's like, oh man, you see, he gonna be forced to sell his team. What a consolation prize. Your punishment for doing what you've done for all these years is to go make $4 billion. Wow.
yeah,
The reputation in certain segments of the community has always been what it was. Guess what? His billionaire buddies don't change his reputation to him. I